if a Gentile is not going to follow the same concept, the same principle of tithe, for you as a Gentile to access the blessing of Abraham, you don't have to be a devourer. If you are a devourer, you can't touch it. God himself will stop you. I'm talking about a case, a situation here, whereby God looks at you and he sees you as a devourer. And you are not permitted to partake of Abraham's blessing. You are disqualified, and what makes you a devourer, it is because you are not following the same principle. You don't believe in tithe. So Abraham's blessing, look at it. Abraham's blessing is here. This is Abraham's blessing here. And God says, because you have paid tithe to me, I will protect the 90% against any devourer. Meaning even people that are coming to collect Abraham's blessing, I will protect this blessing so that even the Gentiles will not get it unless they follow the same principle. So before you can touch Abraham's blessing, you have to be verified. You have to go under serious scrutiny. And how do you disqualify yourself from being a devourer? You follow the same principle. Do you believe in tithe? So when you pay your tithe, you have registered your company. Thank you. And once your company is now registered, it is now allowed by the state of the heavens to operate and to have any kind of a deal whatsoever. Two people that you have to enter into an agreement with, the local government and the heavenly government. And how do you register your company with the heavens? Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Listen to me. Even this ministry, if we were not tithing as a ministry, would have gone by now. Our enemies would have devoured us long time ago. There is a way that God protects us. It's not just an issue of coming here to worship God. There is a way, just looking at our numbers, we should be burying at least 5 people a day. But this ministry, you can never underestimate it. Its roots are deep down into the soil. It is standing on a very firm foundation. Very serious principles and concepts of God. You cannot shake it. You cannot move it around and toss it up and down. No. No. There is a very serious protection and security. Why? Because it is registered. Not only with the registrar here, but with the heavens. With the heavens. So today I've just given you the concept of covenants. How do you enter into a covenant with the local people? There are papers that are required. You have to go through those papers. How do you register your company and get the support from God? God is never going to support you. He is never going to supply. He is never going to meet your needs unless you enter into serious terms. And God looks at, so what am I going to get after all this? If there is nothing for him, do it yourself. The same principle applies everywhere. If I'm not going to get anything out of this, why should I support you, my son, even if you were God yourself? Why would you support such a person? What am I going to get out of all this? Your house, your company, your business, your suit, your shoes, your wife, your children, everything is yours. Why should I support you? Tell me. I'm here, I have all the time. Explain to me, why should I support you? This is God asking you a question. So if your company is not paying tithe, it means it is not registered, and God will not allow it to operate and to function properly, because it's never going to benefit from it. And it's not going to rebuke the devourer that comes against it. They will feast on your business, feast on your idea, feast on your vision. Register it here and register it up there. I'm giving you the first stage. We are going ahead. Something is coming. The first stage, analyze your source, where you are going to be getting that money from for you to be able to build a house. Look at the place. Look at it. Look at it. Is it safe? Are you sure you are going to be running that same business for the next 2 years? If other businesses are coming down, which are very much well structured, you see them coming down. Why? Because recession is a devourer. Established organizations are coming down. What is going to keep you high up there if it is not only God? It is because they were following every other principle except the principle of tithe. There comes a time when the heavenly taxman comes after you to check your books. And you'll be placed under curatorship. And some of you will be blacklisted. There is a time when God comes down to look into your financial affairs. What have we been getting lately from this your company? Why should we support it? You're occupying other people's space. Source. Don't say, okay, so I think, men of God, where you have studied, I think it's too far. How about if I don't have any source? How about if I don't have any company? Why? The question comes back to you. Why is it that you don't have? Who is stopping you from starting anything? Not just something, anything. 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 I don't believe that we can't even tolerate that here. Because just by the way you look, how bright you are and promising you are. No. There has to be something. Let something be done and let it be running for 2 weeks, 2 months, and nothing is coming, but at least there has to be something. Still there has to be something. There has to be something happening. There has to be an activity somewhere. So that when God is about to bless you, there is a reason. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes. If you think you can't be doing business because you're spiritual, Here's Jeremiah. Here is Jeremiah here, a prophet. So they signed the agreements. So where you are now at your level, to be honest with you, if I really want to be frank with you, there are places now that even if you are to sell your jewelry, the neck chain that you have, even your ring, you can buy a piece of land. Before we look into your source, already what you have could be the source. Now, sitting where you are sitting now, looking at me, there is something right now on you. Now, there is a crow head, there is a chief somewhere who has been praying for that shirt that you are wearing now. And is willing to divide his kingdom into two. Can you imagine that even in places where papers are not required, you don't have a place?